A riding in Toronto, which means we are ready to make the call. Government. Less than a year after the last election, Prime Minister Carney has won his majority, bringing the Liberals their first majority since 2019. It is, at this stage, the slimmest of majorities, cobbled together through those 5 floor crossers and now elected by the CBC News decision desk, which means that her win has brought Mark Carney a majority government less than a year after he won that election.
Something big just happened in Canada. And if you're in the United States, it matters more than you might think. Canada just got a majority government for the first time in years. Prime Minister Mark Carney, a man who had never held elected office 16 months ago, now leads a government with enough seats to pass laws without depending on opposition support. That is a dramatic shift in power. And today, we're going to break down exactly what happened, what it means for Canadians, and why Americans should pay close attention. Let's start with the facts. On Monday, April 13th, 3 by-elections, meaning special elections to fill empty seats, were held across Canada. The Liberals won all 3. That pushed them to 174 seats in the 338-seat House of Commons. That's a majority. Here's how the numbers look right now. Liberals at 174. Conservatives at 140. The Bloc Québécois, a Quebec-focused party, at 22. The NDP, Canada's left-wing party, at 6. And the Greens with 1. Now here's the twist that makes this majority truly unusual. It wasn't just built through elections. 5 opposition MPs, politicians from rival parties, switched sides and joined the Liberals since November. Conservative leader Poilievre called this backroom deals, arguing the majority was not truly earned at the ballot box. But here's the political reality. In Canada's parliamentary system, a majority is a majority, regardless of how it was assembled. For American viewers who may be less familiar, who exactly is Mark Carney? He is one of the most credentialed economists ever to lead a major democracy. He served as governor of the Bank of Canada during the 2008 financial crisis, and then as governor of the Bank of England during Brexit. 2 central banks, 2 crises, 1 man. Just 16 months ago, he announced he would run for the Liberal Party leadership, with the Liberals trailing badly in the polls. He had never won a single election before. Now he is the 14th Canadian Prime Minister in history to lead a majority government. Only 13 Prime Ministers before him ever achieved that. That is a remarkable political ascent. A Liberal insider recently described Carney's coalition as an anti-Trump coalition, a group united not just by policy, but by a shared concern about Canada's relationship with the United States. This is where things get important for both Canadian and American viewers. In Canada's parliamentary system, a majority government means the ruling party can pass laws, survive votes of confidence, and govern without needing opposition support, all the way until 2029. That's like having full control of Congress and the White House simultaneously, with no risk of a shutdown or losing a key vote. Before this week, Carney's government was a minority. Every major vote was a nail-biter. That's over now. Political analyst Scott Reed put it plainly. The Liberals can now control parliamentary committees, limit debate, and push their legislative agenda through faster. Former Conservative Minister James Moore was direct. No excuses now. Deliver. The expectations bar just got raised dramatically. For Americans, here's the key takeaway. Carney has signaled his top priorities are the economy, jobs, and the ongoing trade war with the United States. Canada is America's largest trading partner. The Canada-US-Mexico Agreement, known as CUSMA or USMCA, comes up for review this summer. With a majority, Carney now has a much stronger mandate to negotiate, push back, and make bold decisions. This isn't just Canadian politics. This is North American economics. Now let's look at what this means for the other parties, because the majority reshapes everyone's game plan. Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives are now in a tougher spot. As the official opposition in a majority parliament, they cannot block legislation or topple the government. Their job becomes holding Carney accountable, raising issues publicly, and preparing for the next election, which might not come until 2029. Political strategist Shakir Chambers, who worked in Stephen Harper's government, says Poilievre needs to shift that tone just slightly. Less obstruction, more constructive contrast. The NDP is in an even more unusual position. Their new leader, Avi Lewis, is just 2 weeks into the job and doesn't yet have a seat in the House of Commons. Avi Lewis is the son of the late Ed Lewis and grandson of David Lewis, political royalty in Canada's left-wing movement. NDP strategist Kathleen Monk sees a window of opportunity. Lewis can attack from Carney's left flank, targeting voters who feel the Liberals have drifted too far toward the center and are too eager to absorb Conservatives into their tent. The Bloc Québécois, with 22 seats and a Quebec-focused agenda, retains influence but loses leverage. Without their votes being critical for survival, the Liberals are less obligated to accommodate Bloc demands. In short, the center of Canadian politics just got much heavier, and the opposition has to figure out how to matter in a world where they can't win votes.